Hello and welcome to this basic discipline guide for pre-patch and coming in Battle for Azeroth. We'll go through some changes coming out of Legion, and we'll also go through talents for Mythic Plus and for Raid. So, let's start with our new spells and abilities. Coming out of Legion, we lost our Light's Wrath, a boom shot. We also lost all of these traits naturally, except for one, which is now Power of the Dark Side, which has been streamlined into a baseline. Push Wicked has a chance to empower your next opponent with Shadow, increasing its effectiveness by 50%. And we also gained some of these abilities, but as talents instead, like Lenience and Sins of the Many. In a way, we'll go through that in a minute. So let's start with abilities. We have 2 or 3 new spells actually. We have Desperate Prayer, which is probably because we lost our defensive cooldowns in the form of Fade being a damage reduction ability. So increase maximum health by 25% for 10 seconds and instantly heals you for that amount. So if you're low on health, just press your button and stay healthy. And we also gained a Holy Nova, which is an AoE damage ability, which also heals. So imagine if you're having a pack of like 5 mobs and you have managed to put Atonement on, let's see, 10, 12 raid members, and everyone is stacked up for some reason. Then you can use Holy Nova on all these mobs and all the damage will be converted into healing as well as the Holy Nova heal. So it's pretty decent, but I would never use it unless it's like 4 or 5 or 6 mobs, and Atonement is up on many people. We also gained, let's see, yeah, Powered Fortitude. Infuses the target with Vitality, increasing their stamina for 10%. Yeah, it's a part of the new, raid by buffs that Blizzard has given like all classes, I guess. I think so at least, yeah. And we've also gained, our mastery has changed. So it used to be the more damage you do, the more healing is converted, but it is now instead your healing and absorption is increased by 21.9% on target with Atonement. So this means that if I have Atonement on me, as it says actually, your healing and absorption is increased by that amount of percentage if I have Atonement on me. So let's say now had no Atonement, and now naturally it crit. So wait a second. Yeah, so absorbs 2,406 damage, but that's without Atonement. And now if I do it again, it's 2.9k. So it basically means that if you, let's say we're gonna do a boss pull, and then you have to do double shield on the tank, so they get the benefit from our mastery as well. That's basically it for our spells going in. Yeah, I have some PvP talents, but yeah, never mind those. Okay, so let's say we're gonna do a Mythic Plus dungeon. Then I would say that the current build for Mythic Plus dungeons is damage based, which means that either you go for Twist of Fate, this is because I have a legendary, or Schism. And I would probably guess that Schism is gonna be the way to go, because it's like a mini Light's Wrath, you could say. So if you do Schism and follow up with a DPS rotation, you do a lot of damage, a lot of burst heal, but also requires a lot of setup to do. So let's go just to the talents. And Castigation is exactly as it used to be. Sorry, Twist of Fate is as it used to be, and Schism has been changed a bit to now be more beneficial to us. So yeah, Mythic Plus Schism probably is gonna be the way to go. I will show you the rotation in a second. Body of Soul, Masochism, Angelic Feather. Angelic Feather is probably also the only go-to ability here, because it's an on-demand movement movement speed increase. Masochism is like, yeah, you used it when you were low level on the Mage Tower, but that's basically it. And Body of Soul is good in a way, but it's not as good as an on-demand, because it's Cannocore once every 6 seconds. So yeah, Angelic Feather is the way to go. And for level 45, Shield Discipline, Mindbender, and Powered Solace. Shield Discipline is probably the way you will use in Raid or Mindbender. Mindblade could be used in Mythic Plus, but it's a 1 minute cooldown, so you will only have it up for every other pack. And Power of Solace will basically be available for us all the time. So this is probably the way we should play it. So Schism, and you follow it up with a Powered Solace, and then you follow it up with a Penance, and you have a nice burst of damage there. Level 60, you can play whatever you want. I prefer Shining Force because if I get aggro, I can just push the mob back in front of the tank, so I don't have to deal with it. And level 75, Sins of the Many, Contrition, and Shadow Covenant. For Mythic Plus, I only see Sins of the Many and Shadow Covenant coming into play. Sins of the Many will give you a permanent 8% damage buff in a party, because it doesn't affect yourself. So let's see here, it says here 12% damage increase, and if I have Atonement on myself, it's still 12%. So yourself is not included. So it will be an 8% damage increase all the time, which is really nice. Shadow Covenant is a nice burst heal because it's instant, but it also requires you to follow up with a Penance, so you can get rid of the heal absorb shield, which I haven't really tried it out yet, but I'm guessing Sins of the Many will be more desirable or easy to play around. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. So moving on to level 90, Purge the Wicked is probably the easiest one to handle here, because Divine Star requires you to set up. It also requires your party members to set up. And Halo is a bit risky in a dungeon because you never know what, Blizzard has never really fixed the. Sometimes you pull through a wall, or you pull something that's, I don't know, wasn't even close at all. So I would never use Halo in a dungeon if I'm not 1000% sure it won't hit anyone else. So Purge the Wicked is also very nice because it will spread when you use pens on your targets. Level 100 talent. Lenience, Luminous Barrier, Evangelism. Evangelism is not a dungeon talent, so we don't have to discuss that one. Lenience is a permanent 3% damage reduction. This is, because you will always have Atonement up on your tank, so that's really good. Luminous Barrier could come in play, but it's a 3-minute cooldown, and this will be like a permanent, always permanent damage reduction. So Lenience is the way to go. So if I should show you kind of a DPS rotation here. Hate's over here. Well, and also I have a macro so that my Angelic Feather always target myself. I know it's a egotistic thing to do, but I'm guessing every class has a movement speed increase, so then this always targets myself. I don't have to, put it down on the floor. It's just target myself and run fast. Okay. So, like in a Mythic Plus dungeon then. We will start with Schism and Powered Solace, followed by a Penance. And you will also, before you do Schism, you will always want to do the Purge the Wicked thing, because then, if we're lucky, we will get Power of the Dark Side proc, which will increase the effectiveness of our Schism and Penance. So, let's see. Okay, I am the tank. Let's pretend I'm the tank. I will do a shield on myself, and then we'll do Purge the Wicked, and then we also got the proc from Power of the Dark Side, and Schism, follow up a Penance, and a Power Solace, and then we smite. Maybe put on a new shield, and then we Purge the Wicked. Then we Penance again. And blah blah blah. So, you'll always want to use Schism in conjunction with our Penance and our Power Solace. So you have to keep an eye on the cooldown of the Schism, so you can time it with both your Penance and Power Solace. Yeah. Okay, so for raids, it'll be somewhat different. In the start of the expansion, I'm just gonna remove this ring so I don't have to. In the start of the expansion, it's most common that people take a lot of damage in the raids because people don't know the mechanics that good yet. So Twist of Fate will be super good, or Castigation. Castigation is a bit easier to play around because, at least I have played so much with my raid talents used to be like this with the ring, so I always had Twist of Fate anyway, and Castigation feels so smooth to play with because you don't accidentally cancel a Penance Bolt, which I have done quite many times now when I have played without it. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm drifting away here. Twist of Fate will probably be the way to go. It will be the way to go in the start. And Shield Discipline Mindbender is, I am not sure yet here, because our shields are very weak, and this has potential to be extremely strong. But Mindbender is like, it's a 1 minute trank almost. You can have it up every minute, for especially in combination with Evangelism. So yeah, so I will probably go Mindbender depending on the fight. If it's a short fight, I will most definitely go Mindbender. But if it's a long fight, let's say the first thing to come to mind is Avatar. I know it's a long time ago, but that's a long fight. Then Shield Discipline will pull out ahead. And here doesn't matter. Here is where I'm a bit conflicted, because Shadow Covenant will not be used. I'm 110% sure about that. Since the Dramani will not be good, because you will probably, when it's time to burst heal something, you will have atonement up on a lot more people than just 12, ideally 20, but it'll be hard anyway. So Contrition will probably be the best way to go, but it's not that strong in my opinion. So it's only good as well when you don't have anything to heal. So let's say, also the only fight I can come to mind now is the fight, Kil'jaeden fight, when he is in the air and flows around the platform. Then Contrition is good, because then it will heal all your atonement targets. But other than that, not so good. So you have to choose between like 6-7% damage increase to 1% damage increase. It will always only, you know, like, it will never fall below 1% as well. And on level 90 row, Purge the Wicked or Halo. In a boss fight, if you have a lot of sorry, if you have a lot of atonements out and you stand close to the boss, then the Halo will heal extremely much, because the damage is good, especially if it crits, and it will heal all the raid as well. So it will be heal to raid and then damage, and the damage will be heal as well. So I'm not really sure here yet. The time will tell, I guess. And we have yeah, Evangelism for sure here, because burst windows is our thing. So it will look like this, probably. Not sure about Contrition, since I will probably play with Scenes of the Many, but not depending on the fight. And I'll probably play with Purge the Wicked as well, because depending on the fight, also does a lot more damage than on ordinary Shadow Word Pain. So ideal here would be shield a lot of people, blah blah blah, shield. And then we do our two power radiance, and now we do Evangelism, Penance, and our Mindbender. We should have done our Mindbender first, and then we just shoot away. Let's see here. Not sure why. I should have like a number up here showing how many atonements I have up at the moment. Not sure why I don't. Anyhow, so that's basically it for the PvP. I mean the Raid Talent and Mythic Plus talents. I will also now cut to a video where I do some Mythic Plus, and I will try to comment that as well. I hope I covered it all here. Yeah, if you have any questions about this, just ask in the comments if you like. Yeah, I also forgot to mention that when playing a Discipline Priest, you really need to use mouse over macros, which means that you just mouse over a target to use a spell. It like I want to use my Shadow Word, Power Word, shield on someone. I just mouse over it, and instead of clicking them and then clicking the spell, I just mouse over and click the spell, and voila. So you have to do it like at least your Powered Shield and Shadow Man. And also it's easy to do with the Purge the Wicked, and with Purify is also really good. Basically like every spell that you need to target a friendly or an enemy, you should use it. Except for Penance and Smite, at least I think. Because you don't want to like accidentally hover over a guy over here on your raid frames and press penance, and then you, instead of penance the boss, you penance him. So penance and smite is should not be on the Mauser, in my opinion at least. Because if you're using Mauser macros, you don't have to click everything, and because then you have to tab target and you know, use my target of my target all the time if you want to swap back, and that's really annoying. Was there anything else I was thinking about? No, yeah. So here's some brief Mythic Plus. I was talking about earlier.
4, 3,
Here are the same talents that I
1.
talked about. And here we go, sorry. Yeah, I'm using the ring now, so Twist of Fate will be on. Yeah, I forgot to use my water mount. Super important here. Especially on a level 10 key. Yeah, so here, first pack, just gonna demonstrate the DPS cooldown here. I mean, rotation. So I Purge the Wicked, Schism, Solace, Penance, Boom, and do some shielding, and here comes this one. Should have accounted for that one. Yeah, you know, just use all the cooldowns when they're available. Blah 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 blah, let's go to boss fight. It's like nothing particularly so hard, so... Okay, here we go. Okay, boss fight. Purge the Wicked, I shield some before. Purge the Wicked, Schism, Solace, Penance. I also use my Shadow Fiend here because we use Time Warp, so get some extra hits in. And smack, 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 Solace. As you can see, I'm top DPS. Okay, now falling behind. Solace, Penance, Smite, 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 Solace. I should have waited with my Solace there. Now I found using Schism now, I think. Oh, I didn't, yeah. And Solace, and Smite.
Nowhere
And then, yeah, third DPS. Yeah, okay, moving on. There's like nothing really. Same boss with this boss.
We have pests.
Doing these guys, doing the master spell, boom, yeah. And here we go.
Continue
So
the
Purge the
ritual.
Wicked,
I will handle these fools.
Schism, Solace, Penance. Smite. You can see that's a good burst, I'm still at the top. Here comes next Solace.
Walkers.
Penance. And I think I'm using Rapture for the next, not sure what it's called.
The waters rise.
For some reason I've turned off
A
my
storm is
boss mods.
gathering.
So, yeah. Got all Schism, Solace, Penance. Yeah, that's basically it. Solace, Penance. Purge the Wicked. Blow up.
Just you wait.
Solace. Woo, baby. Schism. Solace, Penance.
There is no
I'm
escape.
second on DPS now, so... Radiant, Solace, Purge Wicked... No, Penance is dead.
Can you feel the
Second DPS.
winds? They come.
So it's really good,
for
it's super strong. The only thing I don't like with it is that I prefer Castigation because it's like... feels more... It gives the rotation a better flow with my Penance. And of course it buffs my Penance then naturally. Is there anything else I'd like to show you here? Yeah, let's see. Just to demonstrate my use of that one. Yeah, might not that. I think it's here.
I need to get closer.
Oh, is it? No. Yeah, now I pull this one. Yes. I'm doing what every tank likes, pulling without knowing. And then I use my Shining Force, boop, straight into the tank. Not that it mattered because you didn't see it for some reason, but so I still have that go. Okay, now we got it. Yeah. Last boss, anything weird about that? No. Good. Penance, Solace. And I'm using Shadow Fiend again. So I'll second DPS. Solace. First DPS. Penance. Next up is the Crusher Death. Using my barrier. Solace. Should use Schism next. Yeah, now. Yeah. Shield here if I am spelling and shielding. Shielding good. Pretty good. Solace. Smite. Penance. Yeah. That's basically it. That's how you play the Mythic Plus at the moment. Yeah. So, I hope you enjoy it. I will probably post more when Battle for Azeroth is live. Yeah, any questions or anything, just post them down below. Thank you.